Now, some years ago, you kindly hosted a Legends Night for the Statue Fund, which was raising money for the Brian Clough statue in Nottingham. And you were sitting aside some of the legends of Forest in the past and the former journalist John Lawson, who worked very closely with Cloughie. A special night, wasn't it? Because people never seem to get tired of Brian Clough stories.
No, they don't. You're right. And I've been to subsequently. I've been along to some other events, and one fairly recently that I've never seen Stuart Pearce do
Mm.
one of these Q&A things before, and he obviously had a lot of stories. And I was thinking that night, they are great, and I think the thing is with Clough, if I've got one regret, is that I'd never actually got to meet him.
Mm.
And I never interviewed him. And I would have loved to have done that. But I suppose the thing is, I can kind of I can feel like I've lived through part of that time because of some of these stories. And I remember that night. I was looking actually the other day at the photo
Mm.
because it was 17 years ago. But we also look so young.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
Nigel Jensen looks like he was about 10. Um, John McGovern looks
Yeah.
so much younger as well. But
Yeah.
they've all got great stories from, when you think of John and Kenny as well. Kenny's
Yeah.
stories are just legendary.
Yeah.
Really funny stories, and I love all of that. But I think some of the kind of touching stories as well, because he obviously cared and he wrote to people,
Mm.
certain people in certain situations obviously stuck in his mind. And I was reading the other day about a guy he'd written a handwritten letter
Yeah.
um, a couple of weeks on from when they'd met. I can't remember the exact situation, but I remember thinking that's the man that he was. He deeply cared.